Pay news boy. Hey, are you ready live, Danny?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see the description or nah?
Refresh.
I'm seeing an ad for Wendy's.
Nice.
Now I see your. Hang on. Oh, now it's giving me another ad. Cool. Most underrated of all time.
Okay, so but the description, not just the title.
Boys and I argue, agree,
Okay, good.
defend, and love each other to determine who is the most underrated of them all.
At least it's different. Okay, good. It works. That's not how I'm supposed to do that, but whatever. It worked.
Wait, where the hell do you see that?
Oh, but are you on Twitch, Danny?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch.
Yeah, he's because what it does is create a Facebook post, and that's what the Facebook post message says.
Okay, that's what the Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay. Yay.
Streamlabs. Das ist gut. So yeah, are you scrambling to find like a female actress right now, or?
Me?
Ooh.
Yeah,
No.
Joey.
No. Are we live?
Yeah.
You don't want to know what I'm looking at.
Porn.
Yep.
I know
It's like-
it.
okay, good. This is a exploding popcorn.
There's exploding popcorn everywhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure how to do the camera setup. So what I want to do is like when we I'm yoinking some background clips. So like the when we're discussing movies, I'll keep the popcorn one. If we're discussing like I don't know, UFOs and shit, I'll get like a flying saucer one and shit like that.
Okay.
Or what? Oh, what is that?
No, that was me like rotating my camera. My camera.
No, I meant the fancy
microphone.
thing in Joe's hand.
Oh, this is a little margarita. No one cares about you, Daniel. This is a margarita my wife made me.
Mmm.
Jesus.
Mmm.
Came home, she's like, I had a margarita. It's one of those days, eh? Okay.
Whoop. But
Summer's almost over.
everyone's saying that all day. Everyone's been saying that. Oh, it's the end. It's over.
People forget that September is brutally hot.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no, it still gets there. I'm like waiting until October before I take my air conditioner down.
We've been actually not putting it's been off for like almost a full month. Since the first rain started, we were like, let's just turn this off because it's cool outside. We don't need to be keeping the house at a couple nights like today gets to 24, but house cools down pretty quick. When you take a shower, you're okay.
I have
Yeah.
it's been on consistently, but not the air conditioning. It's been the dehumidifier.
Yeah.
It gets fucking
Yeah.
humid up here, so that's honestly enough. It could still be like 22, 23 in the house, and it's cold as shit.
Yeah. Take out the humidity, you're good.
Yeah.
That's as good. Steph keeps complaining about dry eyes, but I'll never tell her why.
You know, you reach a certain age when you're complaining or patting yourself on the back to be like, I keep it at a cool 24. Save it on the electricity bill.
Bananas is like while Joe's wife is making him a drink, margaritas. She says that she's sewing my shirt. Look at that.
Aw.
Our wives are wifing.
That's more true love on your end because my wife just made me one because I came home and there was already one made for her. So she probably felt bad. Like, I'll make you one.
I guess you can have this one. Here you go.
There's no guilt.
Here's a
Like,
pity.
I'm drinking alone.
He got
And I'm like,
he got the leftovers. Like, oh, this was in the blender. You wanted it? It's like- oh man. So the list. The most
Daniel,
underrated.
Boss.
Daniel, you go first, Daniel.
Yeah, the most
No,
underrated
I'd
of
say-
all time. So,
Okay, so are we
I'm
doing?
really
We're
curious.
doing best, mid, and worst like we normally do, or
oh no, I just picked 3 actors that I thought that were extremely underrated. Now I did class them like which one is underrated, more underrated, the most underrated in my opinion. But that's it. If you did a best, worst, or whatever, that's fine too.
I thought that's more or less what we're doing, but I guess we can kind of keep it in that like the same realm there.
Yeah, yeah.
So where do we want to start? We want to start like just
Start off with your worst. I would say.
okay.
Let's go.
So my actual worst was you know how you were speaking about women. Yeah, it was actually Ellen/Elliot Page. Because at one point when she was Ellen Page, she was doing some good stuff.
This guy's immediately
had
trying to
some-
get canceled, like right off the bat.
That's why I was like, wait a second, I have to backpedal this. But no, like she has some stuff going on for her. She was doing really, really well, and now I think ever since she transitioned, she's lost a lot of her hype and a lot of her.
But wait, is she underrated?
I feel like she was. I feel because she was in some half decent movies for a time. I mean, she might have been like a bit of a side character. She had like something that could have come her way here and there, and I feel like she could have come out somewhere along the lines. But now, ever since this, I think that kind of like she basically shot herself in the foot.
What was that superhero? We were watching it, Jen and I. We
Umbrella
enjoyed it.
Academy.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah,
Umbrella
Academy.
Oh my God, Steph was watching that. I don't. Nah, I can't.
No, it was good. It
She
was good.
she got into some later seasons and they were like doing a dance off. I was like, I'm not into this.
I mean, it was good at the beginning. At least from what I hear, I still have yet. I've been wanting to watch the series, but I haven't gotten around to doing it.
No, I'll do it, but watch it from the beginning. You really it's a slow burn in the beginning, but then it picks up. Like it's really good. I mean, Jen and I really enjoyed it. It's dark. It's good. It reminded me of the Watchmen type of deal.
It's dark.
Okay.
It's dark. It's it's like they lost their dad and they're all trying to like screw him. He screwed us all over, and their experiments and this, and they have Pongo, the freaking ape butler, and it's like it's cool because it messes with dimensions and stuff. So it's nice.
What's up, Sariella? Bananas Banana says it was good until I didn't even know how to say this phrase without getting canceled. It was it was good until she forced her transition into the show.
She
Just
forced her latest beliefs.
I was gonna like, she forced
became a
his
lesbian.
transition. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, she became
Yeah.
was she a boy? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. She did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was a woman, and then she became a guy.
But see, it makes sense that they did it in the show. They had to be woke like that because it was still early on when all that stuff was, and I found that it fit because they're all messed up anyways. So you go through so much messed up mental changes that like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? This is normal. You were lied to, and all this stuff happened, and then you were lied to again right at the end, just as you were learning to trust. So yeah, it makes sense. To me, it
Okay.
makes sense. It's more like that's a normal transition into something. You've gone through so much messed up shit in your life that a transition is like, oh, okay.
All right.
Seems the normal way to go.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a mental disability, right? I mean, that's what it is.
Bananas Banana says in one episode she was a woman, and the next episode she's Victor.
Hey,
Okay.
this is superhero in a world that doesn't make sense because it's not real. So this is where it belongs. It belongs in the comic book universe. Do that shit all you want in the comic book universe because we know that it's Hollywood. And that it's
So
not real.
wait, where are you
No.
classing her? Like as the like you consider her an underrated actor, whatever, and the worst.
I would, I would say in the worst, mostly because she kind of. I feel like she kind of shot herself in the foot with the route that she's going and some of the stuff she's trying to push nowadays, and I think that's where she's lost a lot of her. I don't want to say motivation, but basically her way to actually kind of like move forward in a certain way. She took like a platform as opposed to just going out and acting and trying to do something for for herself.
Yeah, because her acting was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, she was really good in Inception. That was fantastic. She's done a lot of stuff. I feel like she had missed out on the role as playing. I would have liked to have seen her as Ellie as opposed to. I don't remember what the actress's name, but it would have been neat to have seen her as Ellie. She already looked the part entirely. She just needed to actually act for that thing. But now I don't think she
The
would.
Last of Us, Ellie from The Last of Us.
Yeah, Ellie from The Last of Us. Sorry.
She's the voice. She's the voice.
Oh
No, she wasn't the
No.
no, she wasn't the original voice.
Ashley
It's-
Johnson
it's
was the
a-
voice for Ellie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
She just happens to look like people have been like harassing her for a while, saying that she looked a lot like Ellie.
She
Yeah.
tried
From The Last of Us.
she tried to sue Naughty Dog because when The Last of Us came out, a game came out called fuck. That game that she did, the Telltale game. Holy crap, I forgot the
No
name of the
clue.
game. But anyways, it was her in that game. It was her portrayal of her. She was acting and they did motion capture and she was in the game and it was her voice. And then The Last of Us came out at the same time and she's like, "What the fuck? Ellie looks exactly like me." So she went after Naughty Dog and sued them because she was coming out with a game with her face on it too at the same time. So that's what she did back then.
Ouch. That sucks a little.
You go woke, you go broke.
She wasn't even woke back then.
Yeah, I know. Not that many people. Well, obviously, not that many people were back in the day. It just yeah. Either way, that's my.
But what's cemented it for you? Was it her performance in Umbrella Academy, or what was it?
I don't know. I'm going more off of the a little bit more of the news, a little bit more of like what's been going on with her before, like how she was into a lot of stuff, a lot of the movies beforehand. Umbrella Academy, I can't really say because I've never really watched much of the series. I know she was like the series was fairly well regarded for a while, and she's in it. But then ever since that whole transition of hers, even the show itself has been kind of losing steam. Not because of her, but I feel like that was something that's kind of lost a little bit of steam for her. I don't know. I just don't feel like she's as good as she used to be.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So
Who's your middle?
who's your second in line?
Oh, we're just gonna keep going with me the entire way through.
Well, it's because I didn't do it. I did all three. I didn't really rate them like a worst best. I just these are the three that I think.
Okay, well so then my
If
next
you
one
want,
would
we
actually
can
be
go one after the other. It's fine.
no, that's fine. I have all three. I don't care.
Okay.
So my second was actually Jonah Hill. I thought he like even from starting out as a bit of a comedian, he's slowly kind of moved himself out there. He's done some really like out of character kind of roles, like when he was in Wolf of Wall Street, when he's in the probably this new series Maniac. He's doing some more out there kind of roles and trying newer things, and it's really for the most part working for him. It's nice to see him try other stuff because this is it's like Seth Rogen. Like after a while of him constantly doing comedy, you're like, okay, it's a bit too much. But
It's his
now
laugh.
he's kind of yeah, oh yeah, Seth Rogen. Yeah, it's his laugh all the way through, all the way through. But no, Jonah Hill, I find he's kind of coming out into his own in a yeah, he's coming out into his own. Even though there's
I heard he was a
some
pain to work
more.
with, though.
Oh, was he?
I heard some people say that he was a pain to work with sometimes. He's kind of full of himself.
Mm.
That's millennials, though. I mean,
Yeah, it's expected. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a growing, well, more of a growing trend in the acting community. But it's definitely there. It's definitely there.
and you gotta admit, like the guy looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, he does.
He got into shape.
He lost a lot of weight. Holy crap!
Yeah, he did. He lost a ton of weight, man. Shit.
Yeah.
All right, and we had he's like your mid tier, right?
Yeah.
So wait, you consider him underrated?
Yeah, I feel like he has some half decent drops. He's kind of coming, like I said, he's coming out there on his own. He could probably do a little bit more if he actually worked his way around. Around some of what he does more so nowadays. But I consider him a little bit underrated.
Okay.
I think he has some potential. It's like if I was saying that about Seth Rogen, I'd understand if you guys were like, well, Really, Dan? Seth Rogen?
Huh? Yeah.
But no, like I feel like Seth Rogen. I feel like he's a one and done kind of guy. He hasn't really changed much. Whereas someone like Jonah Hill, even though he started out in the comedy range like most other comedy actors, though he other I can't even talk right now. A lot of other comedians have branched out and tried other things, and it sort of worked for them, and it sort of didn't. Whereas I find Jonah Hill is kind of easing his way into it very gracefully, and it's working for him.
Fair enough. All right, and who's your top tier?
Hugo Weaving.
Who's
Okay,
that?
What?
Oh,
it's Elron.
Elrond.
Elron and Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, he started out like really really well with all three of those movies, with V for Vendetta, with
Yeah.
The Matrix and Lord of the Rings, while doing all of that within like 4 or 5 years.
Fuck, I forgot he was Red
And
Skull.
yeah, he was also he was in Red Skull in the first Captain America, but then he there was some kind of weird dealings with what's it with Disney, so he didn't actually come back for the whole Infinity War. They cast somebody else.
Yeah, that was.
That was
the
a little
only-
bit,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was a little bit of a shame, but like he's had some potential for a while. It was nice to see that he could have gone somewhere, because he has some pretty good presence, especially when he's on the cameras. Like Red Skull, like you said, he nailed it from beginning to end. It's like what's his name, Christopher Waltz. Like when you give him something half decent to work with, and he comes out there and like he does something like he did in Inglourious Bastards or Django, he's top notch. But like you don't really see them around so much. Like, when's the last time you've seen Christopher Waltz anything outside of the last James Bond movies? You know what I mean? Same thing with you. What's that?
We just watched a TV series with him in it called The Consultant.
Oh yeah, is that any good?
It's very good.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
he just played in a movie about um oh shit, what was it called? It was based on a true story where this guy was like conning people.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say who he was, and he kind of like he was playing like the bullshitter type of deal. So it starts off and like his wife is murdered, and he comes in and he's in like a general. Oh shit, what was it called? It was based on a true story. Some guy like married this older woman. He befriended this older woman, married her. Yeah, and he went, but he didn't like. It's weird. They make a twist on it, like he didn't do it on purpose, but like he always wanted to be somebody, but he had to lie his way through it.
Okay.
One of those. So he kind of like. I don't think he was taking her for her money, but I think he was just trying to like his ego. So he just kind of kept going with the story, and he managed to make connections that he should have never made. Just
We're,
by
we're talking about Christopher Waltz now, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Forget that. If you
Yeah,
go,
we sort of we went off on him for a second
I
there.
was like, wait, this ain't Hugo Weaving anymore.
Yeah.
sorry, go.
No, but that was it. It's just he had such a he had such a fierce presence for like a lot of the stuff back in the early 2000s that you would think that he would have kept that kind of momentum going. And he's still around. He's still doing a lot of good stuff, but he's not as much in the I find he's not as much in the
Mainstream, yeah.
the mainstream
Yeah.
as much as he was before.
Very true. I can't think of anything he's been in recently that that where he was like a lead or something in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Apparently there's this new movie called The Hermit. I think he's in it. Well, he's in it, but that's his most latest work that he's doing right now.
all right. So we had we had your worst, your mid, and your best. Your worst is Elliot Page, and then we had
Jonah Hill.
we had Jonah Hill, who's your mid tier, and Hugo Weaving for top tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving for top tier, definitely, man. That's true. I mean, it's weird because to go from Agent Smith to Elrond is just it's night and day in terms of characters. You know, I mean, sure he has
Yeah.
he has the same voice, but I mean, like demeanor,
No, and
the
he
way you
was-
carry yourself, and I
He
like
played
I liked him
a
as
really
Red
good
Skull.
villain. Yeah, no kidding.
No, it was good in the Red Skull.
No, he does a really good job at playing like both the villain and yeah. I wouldn't really call Elrond much like a hero. He was sort of he was a force. He was definitely a good force, but he wasn't like the full on hero. But he has a good range of like what he could play.
Oh fuck! And I forgot one of his best movies, V for Vendetta.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
you
I'm
see,
saying. Like, if
he's
you
one of those actors, man, that has that. He has a voice that can carry a movie. You know, just like V for Vendetta. Like you didn't really see his face. You saw the mask most
no,
of the time.
unless you knew it was him that was playing in there, you had no clue who it was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like like I said, in those 4 years that he was doing stuff like in the mainstream, he was pretty much nailing all kinds of really great movies, left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And then it just I don't know what happened. He just fell off the face of the earth.
He
I mean,
he didn't want to
he's
drink blood.
still. Well, apparently he was the Megatron for in the Transformers. I don't
Oh
know
yeah, that's
which
true. He
movie.
was Megatron
Yeah.
in the first three, right?
Oh yeah. At least the first one. I don't know about the other ones,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, he. Outside of that, I haven't seen him. Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah, he was Transformers: Dark of the Moon. But yeah, outside of that, like unless you knew he was in those movies or that he was playing those voices, you wouldn't have known it was him. I didn't even realize it was
That's
him.
right. I realize it's him.
Hmm.
Cool.
All right, Joe, you want to go? Let's go.
I think I'm going to be
itching to
jaded here
fire this.
because like you guys are naming all these like younger and like more recent actors. Okay, and I think I made a mistake with mine, so I'll go like
No, don't switch it up.
No,
no no no
no.
no. I just think I made a mistake, so maybe I might have to use my bonus. Um, for me, it's Benicio del Toro.
Okay.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah.
but the problem is he won an Oscar, so he is recognized. So he's not underrated, and he did a lot of movies.
I feel like he finally got out of being underrated. I guess if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I didn't know like what the criteria was, and I was just like, wait a minute. I thought he. I'm like, oh, maybe he won an Oscar, so it's like, okay, so he is kind of mainstream, like, but he also won supporting actor, not, it's supporting actor, not full
Yeah.
actors.
And,
I think-
and that's a good thing because like what I use for my criteria to judge like who's underrated or whatnot is like do they get a lot of leading roles in my opinion. You know what I mean?
It's not like he's like, oh, this year again, Jason Boris took it again. He took once for leading, and I think I forget one of the cop movies there. But I loved him in Fear and Loathing. It was ridiculous.
Mhm.
Fear and
Oh my
Loathing in
god!
Vegas.
Yeah, no kidding.
You forget about that, and then Sicario was good.
Yeah.
Even in Star Wars, like he put his touch into it, but it was like that was just the script was horrible, but he made it good. Sin City.
He's even in. Yeah, I was gonna say Sin City. He was even in. He was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think second.
He was
No,
in,
I know he was in the Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the collector.
Did I say Sicario? Sicario was good.
Oh, guys, me when I think of Benicio del Toro, I think Snatch immediately.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's the movie that pops in my head.
That was the one I thought of. I'm like, Snatch or is it Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? I have to look
Yeah.
it up. I'm like, oh, Snatch, and it's just like he's.
Oh, he's hilarious in Snatch.
Why is he sitting in front of a Darth Maul picture?
Oh, but I don't know. It's his character in Star Wars. Why Benicio del Toro quit Star Wars: The Phantom Menace? I don't know. I guess he was planned to be in it.
Imagine he was
Here, I'll
supposed to be
change it
Darth
there.
Maul.
Look at
Okay,
his
so
pretty
if
face.
you'll allow it,
There we go.
Joe, you're cutting in and out a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like random static moments with you.
is there?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna turn this off, and that way the mic might not be fighting the. Is that better?
Well, so far you're
That
not
was-
cutting out at all. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the mic's fighting the noise of the fan.
okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. You good? Is it good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh,
Vincent D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know. D'Onofrio.
Not sure I know
D'Onofrio.
who this is. Oh yeah, this guy.
You know who it is.
Yeah, he was in the first Men in Black. He's
Men in
the
Black.
new
Full Metal Jacket.
Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin, which I thought he could like. Kingpin was the first role that I saw him change, because he always plays this like he's got this tick, like. And I saw him in, and I would watch it for Law and Order, Criminal Intent. It was him in that little skinny Cop Girl, and she played in other stuff. But every time he'd like interview or interrogate the suspects or whatever, he'd always be like have a book over them and be like, so when you were at your apartment, like the the $100 book was never. You were okay with this? That she. Let me get this straight. And I'm just like, oh my god, he's so good. Like I'm just doing a terrible thing, but he's just like, because he's just like he's like interrogating you, but at the same time, it's almost like he's autistic. It's just like a thing. I'm like, at first, I'm like, does this guy have a tick? Like, what's his deal? And I'm like, he gets into his role that his character absorbs his job or his purpose or his raison d'être, or whatever it is, whatever his character is doing. So when he's playing that alien, even in Men in Black, he's got to stick in that body. And he played in The Cell. This is an old movie, and this is the first time I saw it.
Really? Yeah, it's true. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, with not Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer
Lopez.
And what's his name there?
Yeah, with another comedian. That was his first serious role.
Yeah, no, he actually did not too bad in that movie either. I completely forgot the guy's name. I can't even think about it right now.
It's another Vincent.
Yeah.
It's another Vincent. And he's a hilarious comedian, underrated. And then, but no, he played such the good psycho, and then both on
Vince
and off.
Vaughn, that's it.
Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn and Vincent D'Onofrio. And yeah, so I think like he could have been a lot more had they really pushed him into like some serious. I mean, these guys are all weird, like just who knows, like if he wanted, do they have good agents? Do they not? Are they looking for him specifically? Who knows?
Yeah, it's funny because when I think of him, it's strange because the most I've ever seen him in was obviously as Kingpin in Daredevil, but the things that pop into my mind are Full Metal Jacket and a movie called The Judge with Robert Downey Jr.
I didn't see The Judge, but Full Metal Jacket. Yep, Full Metal Jacket. He was, fuck. That's the first movie I should have seen. I should have said. But for me, it was like I think those movies I had seen and it just wasn't clicking until later on in life. And then no, but for real. And then it just I don't know. I like the way he got in depth, just like Christopher Walken. As I just didn't want to put him there because whatever. It's just Christopher Walken's done a lot of stuff, and it's just like he's good at doing that one thing.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing. The other thing that sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but like a criteria that I put for myself to determine who I consider underrated is like yeah, the person doesn't get a lot of lead roles, number one, but number two, do I want to see more of this person on screen?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to see a Christopher Walken movie.
I always felt that he did a really good side character.
Yeah,
like he was always good to like be in the movie, but as the main thing, yeah.
But Vincent D'Onofrio, 100%. I would like to see more of him.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's that's why I watched Criminal Intent, just for his acting, because it was just good. Why would he come? And I'm just like, yeah, come at that. I don't care, but it's just so good. Stupidities. Anyways, let's keep this rolling. My number one, and maybe this should have been my number three because I don't think it's fair because he's no longer with us. Is Raul Julia.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
yeah, no shit.
Okay, and
whoops.
You want to laugh? He played, and I didn't realize this till I started researching him up again. He played in Street Fighter in 1994.
Yep. He was,
and the whole classic line of, Chun-Li, I believe, is captured or whatever, and she's going off like, "You don't remember killing blah 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 blah." It's a 2-minute skit, and I saw my parents in the rice fields and this and that and blah 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 blah. And he's like, I don't remember any of that. He's like, when what's his name, the guy, the electric guy, what's his name again?
Blanca.
When Blanca ravaged through your village, for me, that was a Tuesday. But it's like he delivers it like it's so profound. Like, for you, it was all that, but for me, I don't even remember. That was like a Tuesday.
It was always said that the best thing about that movie, that Street Fighter movie, was him.
it's
Yeah.
just and obviously Adam's Family.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, even in the second movie, like the second movie didn't lose steam. The second movie would just like it was one of those things where the second, like part two, is even as good as part one. I mean, obviously you have to like Adam's Family, if not, you're just gonna find it stupid. But like his acting, his love for his wife, and at one point it's uh oh no, I'm seeing him now in Only Murders in the Building, but what's his name? It's he's another good actor who's a bit underrated, but at the same time he did The Producers with he played in The Birdcage. Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
The
husband,
yeah, yeah.
boyfriend.
Robin Williams' boyfriend.
Yeah, what's his name?
Fuck.
Was it Katie Lang? No,
No, not Katie Lang. Katie Lang's
I don't know why.
anyways,
Hang on, I'll find it for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
really good. He's really good. Like you find his name for him, he's really good. So at one point, he's playing the
Nathan
cop.
Lane. That's it. Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Nathan Lane.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? There was a Lane in it. Yeah.
Nathan Lane's really good too. Like he's a really good actor, like all around. So Nathan Lane is the cop, and they're trying to get the brother. They're freaking out because the brother goes with the babysitter. He goes to live with the babysitter, and she's all like, she seduced him, and he there's an injustice. We have to act and blah blah blah. Oh, and Nathan Lane's like, what are you talking about? Who tied the knot? I don't understand. He's doing his great thing of being like, I don't know, like who's on first, what's on second, back and forth with Raul Julia, and he's like, I don't understand what you're saying. He's like, please, leave. You guys are crazy. Leave, like, hey, because Raul Julia is just going off. Adam.
When was this?
Gomez Adams is going. If you could find the cop scene, and he's just going off and off, and like he's an injustice, whatever. And he's like, guys, please leave. He's like, sir. He's like, I have seen evil, and they, and then the grandmother waves, and he's like, I have seen death. And the wife waves, and he's like, I have seen the dark recesses that scowl into your soul. And the wife's like, the kids, they're at camp. And it's like, everyone's like waving, like, oh, he's seen me, whatever. He's like, but until today, sir, I have not seen you. And he points at his lane, and he's like, hook 'em, book 'em, cook 'em now. And he's just like, he's just so frustrated, and he's just like going off on this like philosophical freaking like I don't know, like total Broadway like Shakespearean, like, I have seen evil, I have seen death, I have seen the dark recesses that scour of your soul, but I have not seen you. It's just like, it's one of those classic, like, it's like, what a performance. You're just like, oh, thank the Lord.
Like you said it, like it's a very Shakespearean performance, and I can't think of an actor today who does that anymore. Like the closest one that comes to mind is maybe the guy who plays Iron Man 3, the bad guy, the discount bad guy.
Oh,
Ben Kingsley.
oh yes,
Ben Kingsley, yeah.
Ben Kingsley, maybe
Kingsley.
Gary Oldman.
Mandarin. Yeah.
Maybe those guys, but they are not like him, not like Raul Julia.
Oh my God, he just performs it every time. And I remember seeing him in this one-off movie that Harrison Ford did, where it's a movie where Harrison Ford has this affair, but then the girl he has the affair with is murdered. So they think that it's him because all the evidence points to him.
Is that what
And,
lies?
and Raul Julia is his lawyer. He has such a short scene, but I just remember going, oh my God, like, how come he's not more into it? And he's just like walking him through a certain thing, and he's like getting into an argument with him, and I'm just like, even this mini argument, just like, how could you not listen to Raul Julia? He's your lawyer. Just listen to that voice. Like, whatever he says, just do it.
It's such a shame that he passed away while filming Street Fighter.
Like-
Like that was his last
I-
role.
Apparently that wasn't his last role. You want to know what his actual last role was?
What's that?
Down Came a Blackbird.
Okay.
That was his last role, and then he did the Street Fighter the movie, the video game.
The video game. The movie, the video game. God, what were they thinking?
And then for my bonus, but because he disappointed me, I guess it was his roles, and it wasn't his fault. And I think my wife said it best. I think he was just like casted as that type of character. Is John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
John
Okay.
Leguizamo. Okay, I watched him as a kid. He did this movie called The Pest.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Yes.
I just
Oh my
remember
God.
laughing from beginning to end. as a kid, from
Yeah.
beginning to end. I was really young. Now I don't think the movie has aged as well. It's more annoying than anything.
Yeah,
It's kind of one of those
it's
Pauly
bad.
Shore movies.
Yeah.
I
I
would
think
have
it
to.
was. I think it was bad back in the day. It had a very cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even back then, it didn't have that great of a reviews.
No, but I just remember laughing at my pants off. And then one of his, I mean, it's sad to say, but like, he was in Carlito's Way and all that stuff, and he played like this mobster, and he was trying to be like, and I just didn't see him as that. He kind of like painted this picture, and then he was in Spawn. He was the clown in Spawn,
Yeah.
and he
Oh
was so
yeah,
good.
that's true.
He was so he was so good. His
I didn't even realize that like even at the time that was him because
no,
it makes sense that it's him, but it's just like you don't fit the two together.
Don't
Well, that's
forget
it, and
don't
then I
forget who was
commented like,
Luigi.
Oh my god.
but it's just like his one-liners. Like he was so quick on his feet. Like I think I enjoyed him as Luigi, but it wasn't that movie wasn't good. And then and that's it. So that's why I put him as like a bonus because it was a lot of potential, but he kind of fizzled out. And then the last couple of movies I saw him
I-
in, he was acting too serious, and I'm like, oh come on, you're a better actor than this. Like you can really play the part. Like,
Well, the last two movies I saw him in, fuck, what was it? The Menu. You guys see that movie?
No.
It came out this year.
Okay.
It's a story about the rich elite going to this super high class restaurant to enjoy
on the island.
a dinner on an island, and then it gets weird. He's one of the dinner guests in that movie, and he's quite good in it. The other movie that I saw John Leguizamo in that I really liked was called Chef, with Jon Favreau,
Yes. Okay.
where Jon Favreau owns a restaurant. John Leguizamo is his sous chef, and he gets pissed off. He gets a bad review. He leaves. He starts a food truck, and he starts making cubanos with John Leguizamo, and it's a really good movie.
I forgot he was in that movie. I like that. That's the one where he's Catherine Zeta-Jones is his ex-wife or something. For some reason, he's always talking with his ex-wife,
Yeah.
as if it's like best friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he was a sous chef. He was his partner in crime throughout the whole movie, and I thought he was great in it. And of course, John Wick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, John Wick.
So.
It's true.
no, but yeah, Leguizamo is good.
I would've
Yeah, he
put him up-
definitely. I feel like he's been trying to move away from his comedic roots.
Well, he
'Cause
kept it.
I mean, I would. Yeah.
Like he was funny in Chef,
Okay.
And in the Menu, he was funny, but it was very inappropriate because of what was going on. So
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen either of them, so I can't really say.
mhm.
I saw the Menu, and you know what? Like, I don't think his performance was that great because I don't remember.
he was the washed up actor. It's kind of fitting. It's like-
I gotta look it up. I didn't realize that was him.
Damn,
Could it be?
that's what actors do. He wasn't him.
Anyways,
No, I'm
that's
just-
those are my
He
highlights.
he kind of had a bit of that's true. He kind of had a little bit of like a community. Did either of you guys see Violent Night?
no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't.
No. Oh my god,
I didn't
it's
see that
so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It like if you just want to watch something really stupid and action, like just ridiculous action for no reason, I'd say watch it.
That's what the
It's-
dude from what's it called? That Netflix show, the Supernatural show for kids.
Yeah, I know.
Supernatural show. For
Yeah,
kids.
number 8 or 11. Her name's 11.
Oh, Stranger Things.
That's that dude from that, right? The cop Hopper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, my first up. It's gonna be weird.
Okay.
It's all gonna be people you guys know, but my first one is John Goodman.
Okay.
Nice.
I feel like John Goodman is underrated. I don't see enough of this dude. I want to see more of this guy. I really like his performances, and it blew my mind when I was looking up all the things that he did that I liked him in, Because when I think of when I think of John Goodman, like obviously Dan Connor from Roseanne pops in your head, and everyone liked Dan growing up. But then you remember his early movies. Like everyone remembers the first Flintstone movie, and you're like, okay, whatever. It's just like a over the top
Oh my God.
Mask type movie. But then you got the
Yeah.
Big Lebowski, and then you have he did a fantastic movie called Red State, which is like a psychological thriller. It was really nice. He was in Argo, 10 Cloverfield Lane, where he played this
Oh, I was gonna
psychopathic
say.
killer.
Yeah.
He was in Patriot Day, where he was like Mark Wahlberg's like superior cop trying to find the people that did the Boston bombing. It was a more serious role for him. And then you have his fucking like, comedic kid roles like Monsters Inc., The Emperor's New Groove. Like the guy is versatile, but I feel like you don't hear enough about him, and I want to see more. I want to see him in more roles, I want to see him in more leading well, like just being cast as a lead in a movie or something, something outside of Roseanne. So it would be nice to see him again. So for me, he's definitely on my list. I would like to see a lot more of John Goodman, man.
I think he was another one that was typecast, because after Flintstones, he said you remember him in an interview saying, "I'm done with these. Like, I don't want to be known as the big dummy anymore. Like, I want to act."
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was a lot more to offer. So, and then at least no, he's good. He's good. He played in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
yeah, he did.
He played the devil salesman, and he did a good job.
Yeah,
Oh, that whole movie was good, even for what's his name, Pretty Boy George Clooney, which I don't like, but George Clooney. Good.
what do you have against Clooney, man? he's like fuck ER.
But come on, he did the best Batman movie. Come on.
He's good for drama. He's good for like soap opera. That's it. Like maybe because when he played Batman, I'm like, you didn't even try. You didn't even try.
What did Val Kilmer try?
That whole,
Val Kilmer didn't
he
try
funded
either.
Yes, he did. Val Kilmer was trying, and then he got shut down. Did you see Val Kilmer's documentary? He explains it. He goes, Val Kilmer was getting upset at the writers because he was like, Batman should be dark and whatever. So he said, you know what? He goes, I'm not even going to change my voice. He goes, I'm just turning around. He goes, and it was just a joke because he goes, I would just turn around, put my hands on my hips, and the directors were saying, okay, roll with it, do that. And he goes, this is a joke. This is not even a real thing. So he admits in his documentary that he goes, I didn't even change my voice at one point. He goes, I don't care. He goes, the director wasn't telling me to do anything different. He goes, I was trying to act in a movie. This is The Dark Knight, and it was more of a drama. So he goes, that's where he got it from. He goes, and then after they asked him to do because he did so well, they asked him to do the fourth one. And he said no. He goes, get another, get someone else to play your drama actor. And guess what? George Clooney showed up. I just came full circle on myself. I just came full circle on myself.
I'm just saying, man. He had bat nips.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Next up,
That's what I think of George Clooney.
underrated actress, in my opinion, Ellie Fanning, Dakota Fanning's
Ellie
sister. Elle Fanning. Okay. I think she's fantastic. I thought she was great in everything that she was in. She was in Super 8, if you guys saw it.
I don't know.
Nice. Yeah.
She was also in a movie with Matt Damon. Yeah, called We Bought a Zoo.
Dude.
That I really liked. She was also obviously she's in Maleficent. And right now she's doing a lot of independent projects. And she did a movie called The Road's Not Taken with Javier Bardem. That just looks freaking crazy. It looks really good. And the thing that I like about her is that she's got range, man. Like she could play the cute ditzy girl. She could play the angry crazy bitch. She could play, she's really versatile, and I feel like you don't see enough of her. But at the same time, I think that's by choice. She saw what her sister went through, and she's like, "Yo, bun that. I don't want to be a part of this world right now." So Ellie Fanning definitely made the list to me because I would like to see a lot more of roles of with her in it, like mainstream roles, so to speak. And last but not least, this one took me a while because I was debating between two people, but my go-to, William Fichtner.
William Fichtner?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't know the name, but you fucking know his movies, man.
His movies.
This guy, Armageddon, Heat, The Perfect Storm, Black Hawk Down, The Longest Yard, The Dark Knight, The Lone Ranger, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's in all of it, and he's great in all of
him.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, him.
Yes. Oh my god, he was in The Longest Yard,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
this guy is in everything, and he's always fantastic. He's always a good part of the movie and everything he's in. Like, I really like his role. Like in Armageddon, he was the captain that took them to space. He was the actual NASA pilot. He was like a cocky son of a bitch. In Heat, he played a rich dude that screwed over Robert De Niro, and he was like a pussy in that one. He was scared. And Perfect Storm, he played a junkie who was fishing with the men on the ship. You know, he's got range, this guy. And that's just his movies. This guy, he voiced Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 also, you know? And
Oh damn.
yeah, he's been in a lot of shit, and I think he's so good. I think he's such a good actor. And obviously, my favorite role that I really like him in is in Black Hawk Down. He plays the leader.
Oh, yeah.
He plays
Yeah,
the
yeah.
leader of the Delta Force team or whatever, the Black Hats ones.
That was the first American movie where they got their asses kicked
What's that?
on cinema. It's the first movie that like ever about American Army,
Mhm.
Navy, Delta, whatever. That they show that they got their asses kicked. Like you don't. It was just a weird thing to watch to be like,
Mhm.
oh, the Americans lost in this one. It's like, wait a minute.
It's like they shot our helicopters down and we dipped. It's like
We went in, we tried.
but yeah, no, this guy. Oh man, I anything he's in, I'll watch it. And I'm a big fan of the TV show Entourage. And there's a couple of seasons where he plays one of the characters in the TV show, and again, he's fantastic in it. My runner-up for him, I have two runner-ups. So my direct runner-up to him was Barry Pepper. You guys know him from Saving Private Ryan, the sniper.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I was about to, yeah.
This
I don't
guy-
know much movies, though.
Yeah, this guy, I really like his style of acting. Like in Saving Private Ryan, he plays that religious sniper who's like very careful. He's not quick to pull the trigger, and he's cautious. Like there's a scene in Saving Private Ryan where all the men attack this bunker, and the medic gets shot, and they're trying to heal him. And they find the German soldier that shot him, and they're all like yelling to kill him or do something to him. And Barry Pepper's character is like the one that's like, "Hey guys, let's pull back and like compose ourselves here. There's still a human being." So he was able to pull that off. But then when you look at his other roles, like in the Lone Ranger and all the other stuff, he plays the bad guy, the villain, the asshole, the jerk, you know. So, really liked his range. He was also in a western called True Grit,
Yeah.
which was really good. And so
Lucky Ned Pepper, apparently.
that's his nickname or something.
I guess that was his name of the movie, Lucky Ned Pepper.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Apparently,
so-
he was in the Prototype series, the video game series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw him, he was in a very cliche role. He was very robotic. It was an Enemy of the State. He was like the henchman of the government. He would go around killing people. So Barry Pepper was my runner-up for number one spot, and one that I had in my mind that I wanted to fit him in the list, but I couldn't because I limited myself to 3. And I didn't think it was fair to put him on the list anymore. Was because of he kind of he's getting some fame now. He's not really underrated. Michael Pena.
Michael Pena?
Yeah. The fast talking guy from Ant-Man, the Mexican.
Oh, him.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this guy, I think he's a
I haven't
great.
seen anything else that he's been in, so
There's if you want to see you haven't seen Fury, the tank movie with Brad Pitt, the World
No,
War II
I
movie. Damn, he's
Good.
really good in that. He plays his driver. He was also in a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called End of Watch, which it's like a documentary style movie where they follow around 2 LA cops and you see what they go through in a day, you know?
Oh.
And oh man, it is such a good movie. And he was also in World Trade Center, which I saw a long time ago, about a cop and a firefighter that are trapped under the World Trade Center during 9/11 attacks. And the story is just the two of them trapped under the building, waiting to be rescued. Great movie. I always find movies where the actors are confined to one space and all the scenes are filmed in one space. Like you have to have good acting and good writing in order to pull off that, like phone booth and all that shit. You know.
Yeah. Like Stallone and Rambo.
And there's a movie I want to see that he was in. I haven't seen it yet, called The War on Everyone. Which is, I think he's like a gun runner or a blackmailer or something, and he's with Alexander Skarsgård in that one, which is another actor that I like. But yeah, that's it. That's my list. Yeah, I knew it. William Fichtner, man. I knew you would know who he was.
Oh, you're good. You stumped us.
I can
That's
believe-
why I'm glad you waited
I-
for the last be the last one because I'm like I can't wait for Wazim's list.
You want to see my list?
I'm surprised nobody. No, you guys didn't put. I mean, I'm sure Josh would have put him, but like Samuel L. Jackson.
He's not underrated in my
Nah.
opinion. I think he's overrated.
No. Yeah.
I think he's overrated. He's
A
the
little
same fucking
bit.
character in every movie.
Motherfucker.
I get bored with him. Like I see his character, I know what to expect of him.
Because I've been thinking I'm too old, so I think all his older movies like. There was also. I mean, she only played in a few things. I guess she would have been my most underrated actors. He played in The Long Kiss Goodnight. That was one of his first movies, where he played like this detective or this like PI that's like going around, and he's following this girl, and because he finds her suspicious, and The Long Kiss Goodnight is like Gina. Is it Gina Garofalo? No, it's not Gina Garofalo. It's Gina. She played in Beetlejuice. The wife
Oh
that died.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Gina
Oh,
Garofalo?
O'Hara. No, it's something O'Hara. Are you talking about the wife of Christina Ricci? Or wait, no, it was Winona Ryder.
Gina Davis.
Beetlejuice. There's the wife and the husband. There's Alec Baldwin dies and his wife.
Gina Davis or Catherine
You're
O'Hara.
thinking her? Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about the. Yeah. No, okay. No,
Yeah.
I don't
The
remember.
actual, yeah, right about that because it's the actual mom, but the name of the mom. But no, Gina Davis and The Long Kiss Goodnight. I found that she played it really well because she was like this home cooking mom, stayed home and this and that, but like she has her family and her husband and her daughter. And one day, like she goes ice skating, she bumps her head, she's got like this weird concussion, and then she like just starts waking up like a sleeper cell type of deal, like kind of like an MK Ultra thing.
Okay.
And she's really good with the knife, and she's like what the hell? What's freaking out? Like all this stuff, and then like and then Samuel Jackson shows up, and anyway, she's part of this. Like she was an agent that bumped her head. They thought she was dead, but then she resurfaces. It was actually pretty good for its time. It was one of those thrillers that like it was the first time somebody ever like, kind of like a Tom Clancy, but Tom Clancy hadn't like written anything yet, or he was just in novels, and they. Anyways, and I saw him in there, and it was really good. Like it was one of those, and there's a few other ones like his very obscure movies that he played that I thought Samuel Jackson did a good job. But you're right.
Like,
I mean, after a while,
but like for me, the only role that I could think of Sam Jackson where it's different, and it's not even that different. It was in Die Hard 3 with a Vengeance
Yeah.
when he's running around with Bruce Willis. He was a shop owner. Sorry.
he was starting to show up.
Yeah.
Like Barrett 3 was like his. Everybody saw him now. I'm like, hey, who's this guy?
Mm.
Who's this black guy? Coming out and being funny, and because he was serious in that
Well,
movie.
no,
He was upset.
Pulp Fiction came out before Die Hard 3. No.
No.
No. Hang on a second. Pulp Fiction. When did Pulp Fiction come out? Pulp Fiction came out in '94. Die Hard 3 came out in '95. He was on his way up. It's a year, maybe less than a year. A couple of months. So
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, I thought maybe his role in Die Hard for me was a little different. I didn't see the movie you're talking about, The Long Kiss Goodnight.
That's a whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he plays like this, this cop. He's sleeping on his couch or whatever, and he's just like, I need the money, so he has to like investigate this girl for whatever. I forget why his role, but he ends up getting involved with her, so he ends up like, And then we saw him in Hold On to Your Butts into Jurassic Park.
In Jurassic Park.
And then
How you gonna forget Snakes on a Plane?
That was like just
That's a classic.
Man, Snakes on a Plane. Like Django. You know what? I have to like. You know what? Maybe his role in.
played a good, like that was good. And then right at the end when he's talking serious with the guy, it's like,
Mhm.
but that's because he was of the caliber, of um the guy you mentioned before there, the German guy who plays the savior, and
Christopher Waltz.
Christopher Waltz, and then also all the names are out of my brain. Mr. Candy himself.
John Candy.
No, the
Goodwin.
Candyland, the actor that played the
Oh.
Candyland. Dreamboat. What's his name? In the Django. They go to Candyland to go buy the slaves, and it's
DiCaprio?
DiCaprio?
Oh, okay.
DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio's acting was phenomenal there, like really good. Again, he's another that never got anything. The only movie that I found he was weird in was The Beach. Um,
You know what?
Yeah,
I looked at The Beach, and he wasn't he wasn't that bad. The movie was shit, but his acting wasn't bad.
no, it was still the same thing, except for that weird video game part.
hmm
Made no sense.
You know what? For Sam Jackson, I take it back. I think his best role that I've seen him in was Coach Carter.
I didn't see Coach Carter.
Coach Carter is
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. Absolute, a real good motivation movie. But yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
it. It was good. I'm happy because I'm actually going away with shit to check out now.
Yeah, no
I'm
kidding.
down.
Now I think I'm gonna like look up everything Raul Julia did and just watch it in honor of him. Just watch everything he did.
might skip Street Fighter, but it's like
No,
Street Fighter, the movie, the game. It's like-
maybe I'll just fast forward every scene where he's just in it. Just like do it like that.
Let's make a Street Fighter movie. Ryu and Ken? No, Guile. Oh, okay. Who are we gonna pick to play Guile? A Belgian guy. It's like with an American tattoo.
They had to,
Yeah.
but they had to because it was
At the time,
America.
yeah.
It's America.
I could do a list of Van Damme movies that I love, like Hard Target and shit like that. Oh my god. You guys ever watch Go Through the Van Damme phase?
Van Damme. I prefer Steven Seagal.
What?
If we're gonna pick like action heroes, like movies that made
There's someone who does actual martial arts, and then there's Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal does actual martial arts. What are you thinking about? Steven Seagal just got himself into a lot of money. A lot of money.
This is a martial art.
Just doing this is martial arts. Just doing this.
Have you ever seen him run?
Oh,
Have you ever
there's
seen compilations of him? There's compilations. He literally the dude's running like this. Or he's just
Bro,
flailing
it was
his
that
hands around.
movie. It was the movie in the early '90s where what's her name, Iyanka or Ibianca, whatever, showed her boobs for the first time, and then she ended up on Playboy. In that movie where he plays the chef, and everyone dismisses him, but he's the secret Navy SEALs on because the boat gets
Under
taken
Siege.
under siege.
Yeah, that was a movie. That was a movie I enjoyed.
He was good.
I liked Under Siege, but I liked
Then-
it because of Tommy Lee Jones. But yeah,
Yeah. You know what was good was also with Charlie Sheen was Navy SEAls.
oh god,
I was thinking about that. Old 80s movies that were like, we used to watch them as kids and then we used to like try to beat each other up all the time.
At that point, like if you're talking like, you may as well go all the way back like Chuck Norris and Delta Force and stuff, man. It's like
Or the untold airplane movies of Ace Combat or whatever, Ace Combat 3. They made 3 of them.
and that has been
So that black actor.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Lethal Weapon.
Oh man, oh I would love to see Mel Gibson make a comeback. I think he's a great actor.
Well, Gibson's a great actor.
Yeah, yes.
Never underrated.
He was never
He was
underrated,
really
but I
good.
would love to see him come back.
He was really good in that movie with what's her name? She played. Man, I'm really bad tonight. Silence of the Lambs. Beautiful.
Oh,
That is a woman who I find is underrated, like top underrated.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster is like, there you go. We're talking about women actors.
One of the first
Uh,
movies I saw her in was a movie called Nell with Liam Neeson. It's like a movie from the 80s, and Jodie Foster plays this like feral girl who grew up in the woods, and Liam Neeson like they find her, and they're trying to communicate with her, but she doesn't know how to speak because she never met humans. Somebody raised her in the forest, or I don't know, wolves or monkeys raised her in the forest or something, and they're trying to reintroduce her to the world. So it's him trying to communicate with this feral human being, and Jodie Foster plays Nell.
oh wow.
Yeah. What about
No.
David Morse? Is that Bananas Bananas is asking what about David Morse? I think that's the guy from The Rock, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah.
David Morris. show
Yeah.
me.
Here, I'm gonna bring him up. Let's display capture. Turn that on. Bring this down.
What did he play in the Rock?
He was Ed Harris's like second in command.
Yeah. Yeah, because he played in 12 Monkeys. He was good in 12
Yeah,
Monkeys.
he was in 12 Monkeys. He was in The Green Mile,
The Green Mile. Oh my god, yeah, that's
Titanic. He was in a lot of shit. And I remember in one season of House, he was like the main villain. He
good.
was
In
just
House?
the TV show House, the doctor
Yeah.
show. Yeah, he was like a cop
oh, but
that
yeah,
House
him.
fucked around with, and he just started making House's life miserable and everybody around him.
I both liked and hated him in that whole series. They made it seem like there was gonna be something more that he was gonna do, and then he just doesn't show up anymore.
Oh my god. Speaking
And he
of
was just really, really. I felt he was really, really petty most of the time. It's like, oh, you kind of showed me what's what by giving me attitude. Now let me show you what's what by giving you even more attitude and stripping you down for really petty reasons. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you, House.
So okay, speaking of which, we're gonna go on this trail. It was in he played in Platoon. Okay. William Dafoe obviously is a great actor.
Tom Berenger.
No, Tom Berenger is good too. But in Platoon, he John C. McGinley.
Oh yeah, Johnny C.
He played
McGinley,
in-
man.
And then he played in Scrubs.
Yeah, Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox. Fuck, is he good? Like,
He was also in The Rock.
yeah.
He was also in The Rock.
That's why we were talking about The Rock, and I was like, it clicked, and then I'm like,
John C. McGinley, man. Has he ever done anything?
That
Oh
did.
yeah, Office Space. He was like the people downsizing. He was interviewing people.
yeah. No, he's played some obscure stuff, but he's just when he does it, he's 100% in. Like, it's just
Oh, but him as Dr. Cox was just beautiful.
yeah.
Oh man, that was good. Hey, so for next time, I see Danny's falling asleep. So for next time,
I'll fall asleep.
Yeah. Tomorrow might be a little tight for me. I got a few things I might have to work late.
okay,
But we'll talk. I'll keep in touch with you during the day,
yeah, let me know.
and then
We're still doing aliens.
as you wish.
Okay, I'd like to do aliens. Danny, you want to join us for an alien talk, or you're not down?
Maybe I might actually be down for that. What time are you guys getting on at?
Usually it's around 8, the same time.
Usually on eight sharp, and
Yeah.
then
Okay, yeah, I can be there for that.
But I'll follow Joe's lead. Let me know, and we will see. I'll have some footage ready
Cool.
for us to explore.
yeah, I want to see what you got. I mean, like, at this point, like to me, it's old news. Like the fact that the government's just putting it out there. Like I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. I went to a barbecue. We were talking. He's like, "Yeah, but now aliens," and I'm like, "Wait, did you say aliens or did I say aliens?" No, you said aliens. I'm like, "Okay, you want to talk about aliens?" Like, and I feel bad because it makes me laugh because